This podcast may contain adult language, adult situations, spoilers, and some brief nudity, so parental guidance is suggested.
We have such sights to show you.
After about 5 minutes of this movie, you're gonna wish you had 10 beers.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Oh, well. La-di-da, la-di-da, la-la, yeah.
Welcome back to the Cinema Recall Podcast. Hello, everyone. The Vern here. Welcome to this bonus episode of the Cinema Recall Podcast. For this episode, folks, it's going to be really kind of cool. I'm actually going to comprise all of the audio drama that we did for season 7, where I had a guest come on, and then we talked about a movie that they really liked, and then perform a scene from that movie. Well, I'm going to comprise all of those little fun audio drama adaptations into one lump sum. So I'm going to give you shouts right now to everyone who appeared on season 7 for that. So no special order. I'm going to thank right now Khyati of the film Fluence podcast, where we performed a scene from Clueless. And then I'm going to thank Jeanette Miller-Mickenham from AKA Jeanette, where we did a scene from Legally Blonde. And then I want to thank Mr. Jason Soto from Rabbit Hole Podcast. We performed a scene from Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Bubbawheat from It's Time to Rewind Podcast. We performed a scene from Groundhog Day. Jim from the film Rage. We did a great scene from Dawn of the Dead. Josh from Your Next Favorite Movie Podcast. We perform a scene from The Wolf of Wall Street. Robb from Reels of Justice. We perform a great moment from the film Jaws. Special shout out right now to Curtis of the Half Hour Bros podcast. We have a scene from Catch Me If You Can, but I can't seem to find the audio right now. And I could take time to download it, but I just don't have the space right now in my system, so therefore that's not going to be on this episode. But if you want to go and hear these full versions of audio dramas, please go to our website, cinemarecall.net. Go to number season 7. You'll see all the audio adaptations on there. And the reason why I don't have the version with Curtis is that it's just one line that Christopher Walken reads, so I didn't think it was important to put it in here. So apologies immensely, but hope you enjoy this episode very much. So don't forget to leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. Join our Patreon page, patreon.com/cinemarecallpod. I think all the links are going to be there on our website. Anyways, folks, love you all very much. Don't forget to follow us on all the social media apps, Twitter at cinema_recall, and then find us on Instagram and Facebook. Just type in Cinema Recall Podcast. Follow Ashley on Instagram at massage.mom. Anyways, folks, love you all. I'll see you later. Goodbye. And we are back. Welcome, everyone, to the Cinema Recall Players presents Clueless. From the script by Amy Heckerlin, our guest, Khyati, will be taking the role of Cher, played by Alicia Silverstone in the movie, and I, the Vern, will be taking the role of Ty, played by the late, great Brittany Murphy in the movie. I gotta tell you something. I am so sorry about your test and all, and I'm glad you're here. There's something I gotta do, and I need someone here when I do it. Does this thing work?
Yeah, sure. What is this stuff?
This is a bunch of stuff that reminded me of Eldon, but I want to burn it because I'm so over him.
What stuff?
Okay, do you remember when we were at the fawn party and the clock knocked me out and Eldon got me a towel and ice to cure me?
Yeah?
Well, I didn't tell you at the time, but I took the towel home as a souvenir.
You're kidding.
No. And do you remember that song that was playing when we danced?
No.
You know, rolling with the homies.
Oh.
Anyway, I did the tape and I listened to it every single night.
Don't burn that. Ty, I'm really happy for you, but what brought on this surge of empowerment?
It's like I met this guy who is like totally amazing. He makes Eldon look like a loser.
That is so great.
Yeah. Look, you have to help me get Josh.
Get Josh what?
You know what I mean. I like him.
Do you think he likes you?
Yeah?
How do you know?
Like, little things, you know? You find some way to touch me or tickle me. Oh, do you remember that time at the frat when I was, like, totally depressed and he asked me to dance with him? He was really flirty. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I had 2 mocha cappuccinos. I feel like Ralphing.
I know exactly how that feels. Like, the other day, I was talking to Josh, and we were talking the differences between high school girls and college girls. You see, college girls wear less makeup on their face, and that's why guys like them more.
But Ty, do you really think you'd be good with Josh? I mean, he's like a school nerd.
What? Am I some mentally challenged airhead?
No, not even. I didn't say that.
What? I'm not good enough for Josh or something?
I just don't think you mesh well together.
You don't think that we mesh well? Why am I even listening to you anyways? You're a virgin who can't drive.
That was way harsh, Ty.
Look, I'm sorry. Let's talk when we meld, alright? I'm outie. Alright? Scene.
Oh my god, my terrible American
That was
accent.
amazing.
Oh.
That was good.
I love doing that though. I haven't done something like that in a while because I love acting and I haven't done acting in a long time, so that was fun.
Alright everyone, welcome to Cinema Recall Players presents
Dawn of the Dead.
This time, I am going to be playing the narrator and the priest, and Jim here is going to be playing the parts of Peter and Roger. Okay, hold on. Get myself lubricated up here.
Oh yeah, let's get lubed, baby.
Alright. In the dark fire stair, it is very quiet. Roger bursts through a metal door from one of the halls and falls against the stair railing. He is retching. He breathes heavily to contain himself. He removes his mask and coughs slightly from the gas mist, which still clings to the air.
You're not alone, brother.
Roger, Titan, grabbing for his gun. The voice is present very nearby. Roger looks up. Sitting on the stairs above him is the trooper who shot Worley. His rifle is aimed at Roger.
You was in Wooly's unit. I didn't see nothing. I didn't see how he died.
Roger slings his rifle so the trooper relaxes and lowers his gun. He removes his gas mask.
You running?
Peter shrugs. He hasn't decided.
I just don't mean because of Wooly. I just mean because of, yeah, I know. There's a lot of people running. I could run.
Roger stares up at the grim-faced man.
I could run tonight.
Peter just stares levelly into Roger's eyes.
A friend of mine's got a helicopter. He does traffic for JAS. got a helicopter, and he's running up with it, asking to come.
Peter smiles.
You think it's right to run?
Peter shrugs again. Then he stands and walks down the stairs. He turns past Roger on the landing and continues down into the lingering gas mist. Roger follows. A few landings down, a noise. The two troopers freeze. The stairwell is dark. The noise grows louder. The troopers raided their weapons. The sounds are little screaming thumps, like the whirring footfalls of something, trying to negotiate the stairs. There's a low, wheezing sound of labored breath. The two men stare at the landing below. Peter steps forward slightly, trying not to make a sound. Suddenly, a figure pops out of the darkness. It falls against the wall below. Both troopers raise their guns. The figure pulls away from the wall. In the mist, its shape is ghostly, robed in black. It sees the troopers. "Please, let me pass." The voice weakens into a low, wheezing cough. The figure slumps and sits on the stairs, clinging to the railing. It is an old priest, obviously from a local parish. Roger stoops next to the old man, who is struggling to keep his breath. He is weary. He seems to be near death. He clutches at his chest. Roger tries to support him.
Let's get him to the meds.
No, please, just let me pass. My sister. I go up to 7th floor to find my sister.
They're taking everybody down. They probably brought her down. Come one.
My sister, she is dead. They tell me the dead, they do not bring down. Roger and Peter shoot glances at one another. Please, just let me pass. Martinez is dead. The people of 107 will do what you wish now. These simple people, but strong. They have little, but they do not give it up easily. And they give up their dead to no one. Many have died on these streets in the last week. In the basement of this building, you'll find them. The troopers are shocked. The priest struggles to his feet. I have given them their last rites. Now, you do what you will. The old man starts up the stairs. Roger moves to help him, but Peter stops him. The priest weaves up through the gas mist, coughing. You are stronger than us, but soon I think they be stronger than you. The old man's voice trails up off the stairwells as he disappears in the cloud. When the dead walk, my friends, we must stop the killing, or we lose the war. Okay, and see, that was the best that I could do with
You did awesome, buddy.
for like doing that for the first time right there. Ah, goddamn
awesome.
it. Yeah. And you probably noticed too there, I wanted to remove person who says he discovered the black man and what there because we're just two white dudes just talking about this film. We love the movie. And I have got no qualms. I know for our Night of the Living Dead, I had a white guy play the lead character from the first movie.
Ben,
thank you. There was.
I get it. It's one of those things. And same things with the comment about the it seems like because the apartment house was a lot of Puerto Ricans, right?
Yep.
So I know there was a comment around that too. It's funny how, especially in a readback, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
When people see the movie, they're going to know. And it's interesting when you think of the history of this movie and go back even to Night around the commentary that Romero slyly would always say he didn't cast a black man to be counter to subculture at the time, but he's got to have thought that through. He's got, right?
All right, everyone, we're back with Cinema Recall Podcast Players presents. We're actually now act out a scene from Legally Blonde, and I got my notes right here on whose roles people are taking. Okay, So the role of Elle Woods, D.A. Joyce Rafferty, and the judge is the one and only Jeanette Miller Beckenham. Woohoo! Yay! Clap, clap, clap! Applause. And then I, the Vern, I'm going to take the roles of Chutney, Emmett, Brooke, and Gerard. And I'm going to do my best to do different type of voices with this.
Me too.
This is going to be... Okay. So I'm just pulling up my script right now. All right. Are you ready?
I am ready.
And I'm going to just call action in 3, 2, 1, okay?
All right.
Lights. Camera. Action.
Miss Wyndham, when you arrived back at the house, was your father there?
Not that I saw, but like I said, I went straight upstairs to take a shower.
And when you came downstairs, what happened?
I saw Brooke standing over his body, drenched in his blood.
But Mrs. Wyndham didn't have a gun.
No, she stashed it by then. Move to strike that from the record, Your Honor. Speculation.
Stricken. Did you hear a shot fired?
No, I was in the shower.
So, at some point in the 20 minutes you were in the shower, your father was shot?
I guess.
So your father was shot while you were in the shower?
What's going on here with this? Have a little faith.
But you didn't hear the shot because you were in the shower.
Yes, I was washing my hair.
Miss Wyndham, can you tell us what you'd been doing earlier in the day?
I got up, went to Starbucks, went to the gym, got a perm, and came home.
Where you got in the shower?
Yes.
I believe the witness has made it clear that she was in the shower. Oh, yes, Your Honor. Have you ever gotten a perm before, Miss Wyndham?
Yes.
How many, would you say?
2 a year since I was 12? You do the math.
You know, a girl in my sorority, Tracy Marcinko, she got a perm once. Even though we all told her not to, curls really weren't the right look for her. She didn't have your bone structure. But thankfully, that same day, she entered the pie cap wet t-shirt contest where she was completely hosed down from head to toe. Objection! Why is this relevant? I have a point, I promise. Then make it. Chutney, why is it that Tracy Marcinko's curls were ruined when she got hosed down?
Because they got wet?
That's right. Because isn't the first cardinal rule of perm maintenance that you are forbidden to wet your hair for at least 24 hours after getting a perm at the risk of deactivating the ammonium thioglycolite?
Yes.
And wouldn't someone who's had, 30 perms throughout her lifetime be well aware of this rule? And if you, in fact, were not washing your hair, as I suspect you were not, since your curls are still intact, wouldn't you have heard the gunshot? And if you, in fact, heard the gunshot, then Brooke Wyndham wouldn't have had the time to hide the gun before you got downstairs, which would mean that you would have had to found Mrs. Wyndham with a gun in her hand to make your story sound plausible. Isn't that right?
She's younger than I am. Did she tell you that? How would you feel if your father married someone younger than you?
You, however, had time to hide the gun, didn't you, Chutney, after you shot your father?
I didn't mean to shoot him. I meant to shoot you. I knew it.
Oh, my God.
And scene.
Yes.
You were amazing. I, however, was not, but you were
awesome
epic.
too.
You were epic.
You were awesome as Chutney. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a fun little. I never actually I never did like a courtroom scene before. I hope we get more of those because those are like a lot of fun to do.
Yeah.
Yes, so I'm hoping our listeners will pick other great courtroom scenes. I'm out of order. You're out of order. There's whole freaking system's out of order. That type of
You can handle the truth.
Yes. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm gonna have a lot of fun putting that together. So yes.
Yeah.
So there it was, folks. That was our scene from Legally Blonde, the big courtroom sequence there. Jeanette, any other closing thoughts about Legally Blonde before we close up this episode?
It's just such a fun movie. I think it's really empowering for women, and I totally wanted to change my hair to blonde after that. I wanted to fully embody blondness and being ultra feminine. I think you can be a strong feminine woman, and I think that the film really embodied that. You can be gorgeous and feminine and smart and still want all the frilly things, but also be hardcore and in a courtroom, or just in life or in business. And so I think it's a great embodiment of femininity or just being a woman. So I think it's a great female driven film. So
I'm glad you mentioned something about that too, because Legally Blonde is definitely a feminist movie.
Oh yeah,
very much so. And I apologize, you might hear a cat in the background meowing. Cat wants attention, and I'll get to him later. But yeah, and I don't know, did you get a chance to watch any of the sequels?
I did. Red, White, and Blonde, not my favorite.
Yeah.
I think Legally Blonde is the better as a standalone film. I didn't really need to have Elle Woods go to Washington D.C.
Yeah. I really thought that was a very weak.
It really wasn't necessary. It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't necessary.
I agree. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't needed, because where can you go with that character? The character had a great arc in the movie itself, and you just ended it with that. You don't really need.
Yeah.
It just seemed like I was watching a pilot of a Legally Blonde TV series that was going to happen, and it just...
Yeah!
Rob, are you a professional actor?
No.
Okay. I myself am not a professional actor. We are non-professional actors here, folks, but it is time for us to actually act and be great thespians. All right, are you ready for this?
Are thespians only on stage, or can you be a screen thespian?
I think you can be a screen thespian. So we are now going to do a scene from Jaws based on the book by Peter Benchley, screenplay by Carl Globatil. I'm going to mispronounce your last name. And Peter Benchley, film directed by Steven Spielberg. As the role of Quint is our guest.
I would like to point out that a lot of the Indianapolis speech was rewritten by Robert Shaw himself.
Oh, shit. Well, damn. Well, anyways, as the role of Quint is Robb Maynard from the Rules of Justice podcast. And as the voice of Hooper and Brody is me, the Vern.
Chief, don't you worry about it, Chief. It won't be permanent. You want to see something permanent? Boom, boom, boom. Hey, Hoop, you want to feel something permanent? Just put your head underneath my cap. You feel that lump? Knock Nolan's St. Patty's Day, Boston.
I got that beat. I got that beat. That's Muddy Eel. Fit right through my wetsuit.
Oh, now listen, I don't know about that, but I entered an arm wrestling contest in an Oki bar in San Francisco. I can extend that, you know why? I was in the semi-final, celebrating my third wife's demise. Big Chinese fella, he pulled me right over.
Look at that. It was a bull shark. He scraped me when I was taking samples.
I got something for you. There's a thresher. See that, Chief? Thresher's tail.
Thresher? It's a shark.
You want a drink? Drink to your leg?
I'll drink your leg.
Okay, we drink to our legs.
I got the creme de la creme. Right here. See that? You're wearing a sweater. Right there. Mary Ellen Moffat. She broke my heart. What's that one? The one up on your arm.
Oh, that's a tattoo. I got that removed.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Mother. What is it?
Hooper, that's the USS Indianapolis.
You were on the Indianapolis? What happened?
Japanese submarine slammed 2 torpedoes into her side, Chief. He was coming back from the island of Tinian to Leyte. They just delivered the bomb, the Hiroshima bomb. 1,100 men went into the water. The vessel went down in 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shark for about a half hour. Tiger, 13-footer. You know how you know that in the water, Chief? You can tell by looking from the dorsal to the tail. What we didn't know was that our bomb mission was so secret, no distress signal had been sent. Didn't even list us overdue for a week. Very first light, Chief. Sharks come cruising. So we formed ourselves into tight groups. It was sort of like you see in the calendars, you know, the infantry squares and the old calendars like the Battle of Waterloo, and the idea was the shark come to the nearest man, that man he starts pounding and hollering, and sometimes that shark he'd go away, sometimes he wouldn't go away. Sometimes that shark looks it right at you, right into your eyes. The thing about a shark is he's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes. When it comes at you, he doesn't even seem to be living till he bites you. Those black eyes roll over wide, and then and you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming. The ocean turns red, and despite all your pounding and your hollering, those sharks come in and they rip you to pieces. You know, by the end of that first dawn, lost 100 men. I don't know how many sharks there were, maybe 1,000. I do know how many men. They averaged 6 an hour. Thursday morning, Chief, I bumped into a friend of mine, Herbie Robinson from Cleveland, baseball player, bosom's mate. Thought he was asleep. Reached over to wake him up. He bobbed up and down in the water. It was like a kind of top, upended. Well, he'd been bitten in half below the waist. At noon on the 5th day, Lockheed Ventura swung in low, and he spotted us. A young pilot, a lot younger than Mr. Hooper here. Anyway, he spotted us, and a few hours later, a big old fat PBY come down and started to pick us up. You know, that was the time I was most frightened, waiting for my turn. I'll never put on a life jacket again. So 1,100 men went into the water, 316 men come out. The sharks took the rest June the 29th, 1945. Anyway, we delivered the bomb.
What's that? It's a whale.
Sound like a dog. Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu to you ladies of Spain.
Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I wanna go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago and it went right to my head. Wherever I may roam, through land or sea or foam,
you can always hear me singing that song. Show me the way to go home. Boom, boom, boom. Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I wanna go to bed.
Had a little drink about an hour ago and it went straight to my head. Wherever I may roam, bum bum, through land or sea or bum bum bum, you can hear me singing through the song. Show me the way to go home.
Start the engines.
And scene.
Hey. Oh, I love that speech though.
That you did an amazing job with that.
Oh, so it's just a well-written speech, but yeah, you need the music.
Yes.
You gotta have that tension is so good. But anyone who hasn't seen the scene should just watch the movie.
Yes, they should.
But if you can't watch the movie, go watch the scene.
But I thank you for doing that with me so much here. That was a lot of fun. You definitely had the voice of Quint down.
I had to get some water there though. I was dying.
Do you have to smoke like a pack of cigarettes before you could do that scene?
I don't know if I guess he probably did smoke. I'm not sure if you ever see him smoke in the movie. Can't recall.
I'm not quite sure. But yeah, you definitely had the I felt like I was watching the scene. And I think one other thing too, because he was delivering a bomb for Hiroshima, and at the end after all his friends have died, he says, well, we deliver the bomb. And there's something like bittersweet about it. And
well, I mean, that's ambiguous. It's like, well, we did the right thing, but we lost a lot of men doing it.
Yeah.
So when he says, well, we delivered the bomb, was that, it was all worth it, or, how does he feel about it?
Yeah. Was it worth doing that right there? I mean, did it make it, yeah. Because I'm sure he probably has some feelings about having Hiroshima attacked, like, oh, we did all this stuff here for the greater good, and I lost a lot of my good friends having this happen, and I'm sure he has, as much as he hates sharks, I'm pretty sure he has a hatred of the bomb itself, because if it wasn't for the bomb, he wouldn't have to deliver the stuff out there and lose his friends, and yeah.
I mean, maybe. I mean, that torpedo could have struck them for any number of reasons,
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's true.
So it's like if you're gonna, get struck and sink, doing on the mission that basically ended the war, that might have been the sacrifice play. So I don't know how Quint felt about it. Obviously he got the tattoo removed.
That's true. Yeah.
Hi everyone, this is Tim Costa.
I'm Hermano da Silva.
And this is Walter Vinci.
And together we are the First Time Watchers podcast.
Each week we choose a movie to review that none of us has seen.
Watch it together.
And then discuss.
These movies could be new.
Or old.
Or on our list of shame.
You can find us on iTunes by searching for the First Time Watchers podcast.
As well as on Stitcher.
And we love interacting with our listeners, so if you have any suggestions, send us a tweet.
An email.
Or post to our Facebook page.
We'd love to hear from you.
That's right. I mean, it's all about interaction.
And talking about what we love, movies.
And you don't have to worry about us going on and on about this and that and the other. And let's talk about this minutiae here. Shut up. And I wonder who the gas can
God damn it, shut up!
I think that's enough, Walter.
My God,
go by during the credits.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Cinema Recall Podcast. My guest, Josh G, from the amazing podcast, Your Net's Favorite Movie. And we are now about to partake in us acting. Alright? We are not professionals. Maybe
not
Josh,
at all.
Maybe Josh is. I don't know. I don't know what he does for a living. Maybe he's a professional actor on the side. Who knows? But I myself am not a professional actor. But here we go. We are going to be doing the Quaalude scene from The Wolf of Wall Street, based on the book from Jordan Belfort, screenplay by Terrence Winter, director Martin Scorsese. Before I begin this, I should let you know that as a part of Jordan Belfort is Josh G, and as the voice of Donnie and basically every other character, it's me, the Vern. Giddy as kids on Christmas, Jordan and Donnie sit on the couch, the bottles of lemon before them.
Start with one, see how it goes.
My guy says one's all we'll need. Salute. It's stated they pop a lewd. 30 minutes later.
You feeling anything?
Nope.
Maybe we've built up a tolerance after all these years.
They pop another, wash it down with sake. Another 30 minutes go by. Jordan's running on the treadmill. Donnie pumps away on an exercise bike nearby. This is bullshit, man. My fucking metabolism's pumping, and I don't feel shit.
They're old. Maybe they lost their potency.
Donnie leans over, picks up the bottles, reads the label. January 81? They're fucking duds. He shakes out more pills, 2 more apiece, as he pop them. A very pregnant Naomi descends down the stairs. What are you two retards doing?
Nothing. Working out.
Bo Dale is on the phone. Naomi heads upstairs. Jordan picks up the phone.
Oh, hey, what's up?
I need to talk to you, but not on this phone.
Why? What's...
Leave the house. Call me back from a payphone. You hear me?
The Brooksville County Club was a WASP stronghold, a straight shot down the road from my house.
Jordan?
Yeah, I'm at a payphone. What's going on?
Your buddy Brad's in jail.
Oh, Jesus Christ, what did he do?
I don't know yet. They arrested him in a shopping mall in Long Island this morning. But listen to me, more important than that, the guy Denham I told you about, the Fed, he's got your phones tapped. I'm pretty sure home and office.
Donnie, that piece of shit, I'm gonna kill him. That fat prick motherfucker.
But listen to me. Do me a favor. Please do not talk on the phone.
Fuck.
Did you try to bribe this fucking guy?
What? No, I didn't try to bribe anybody.
Jordan, I couldn't understand. Say that again. Are you fucking high?
After 15 years in stores, the lemons had developed a delayed fuse. It took 90 minutes for the little fuckers to kick in, but once they did, pow! I had skipped the tingle phase and went straight to the drool phase. Actually, I discovered a new phase, the cerebral palsy phase.
Jordan, do not get behind the wheel. Just tell me where you are, I'll send Rocco.
Come on, stand up.
He rolls on to all fours, lifts a head, topples over.
Okay, walking is off the list of options. Alright, what else is there? I can crawl, like Skylar.
Slowly, Jordan begins crawling like an infant to the top of the staircase. The Lamborghini is parked at the bottom. 20 steps down, he starts to crawl down the stairs, stops, tries again, can't figure out how to do it.
Fuck, the kid makes it look so easy. Think, you motherfucker, think. Wait, I've got it.
Jordan slowly curls himself into a ball.
I can roll.
Forcing himself over the edge, Jordan begins to descend the steps. He lands with a crash on the asphalt, drags himself up into the Lamborghini.
Hello?
Oh my god! Jordan, where are you?
What's the matter?
It's Donnie. He's totally out of control. He's on the other line with some Swiss guy.
What? No!
I can't understand you. Just get home. Hurry.
They say God protects drunks and babies. I was praying the same held true for drug addicts. I was less than a mile from home and drove slower than shit. Somehow I made it alive. Not a scratch on me or the car. Where's Ani?
In the kitchen! Phone to his ear, and at least as stone as Jordan, Donnie stands at the counter. The money! I was the movies to Switzerland!
What language are you speaking, Mr. Azoff?
With Naomi looking on, Jordan staggers towards Donnie, like a jointed Frankenstein.
¿Qué haces the zone? ¿Qué haces it? ¿Qué haces the zone?
With all the strength he can muster, Jordan rips the phone from the wall. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is wrong with you? I was one too. Jordan grabs him. What's the matter? Was you crazy?
The phone! You're not supposed to talk on the phone!
What?
You're not supposed to talk on the phone! What's happening today with you?
What?
What's that?
What? Jordan releases Donnie. Donnie crawls into the dining room and starts shoving ham into his mouth in an effort to sober up. Oh my god, he's choking! Jordan, do something! Jordan goes to get his Coke. He snarls up 2 fat spoonfuls. He's not breathing! Jordan places his fingers over Donnie's arteries. Nothing. Save him! Jordan kneels, starts furiously pummeling Donnie's chest, breathing air into his lung in rhythmic bursts.
This stupid son of a bitch. All Donnie ever did was fuck me up, and now I have to save his life because I took a CPR class when the baby was learning to swim. Just for the record, I want it noted. Not for a second did I even think about letting him choke to death, even though it would have saved me an awful lot of headaches.
Donnie still isn't breathing. Jordan flips him over, tries a Heimlich, we hear a crunch as he breaks Donnie's ribs. He flips him back over, but he's almost completely blue.
He won't come back!
Don't let him die! He has children! One last try. Jordan takes a massive breath, blowing as hard as he can into Donnie's lungs. Donnie's stomach distends like a balloon. Then suddenly, a chunk of ham projects from his mouth and into Jordan's face. Donnie coughs, vomiting, and as he starts breathing again, Jordan exits and passes out on the living room couch.
And scene!
And scene, hey! Very nicely done for, your first time doing this.
Yeah, I've never done any kind of voice acting.
But you
I
did
needed
good.
my old co-host for this.
And we didn't practice, folks, we did not practice this at all. We came to this thing blind, and that's what's going to be. So, how'd you feel about doing that? Did you have fun?
I mean, it was fun. I don't think it was good, but it was fun.
Okay, good. Because that's what this is going to be. This whole season is about people having fun, trying their acting chops right there. You did excellent. I thought your Jordan Belfort was really good. Even your drunk or your Quaalude Jordan Belfort was excellent. Alright, we're here. We're ready to act. Our good friend Bubbawheat is going to take over the role of Ned Ryerson. I, the Vern, am going to play the role of Phil Connors, and I will do some of their narration. So, here we go. Now, we did not practice this beforehand, because we don't need to. because both Bubbawheat and I are professional actors. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
You studied
Consummate
acting.
professional.
What's that?
Consummate professional.
That's right, consummate professionals. There are a lot of people on the streets for this hour. Traffic is so heavy, in fact, the pedestrians are moving faster than the cars. Everyone seems to be going to the same direction, making the annual trek to see the Groundhog. An old bum is sitting on the sidewalk, leaning against the storefront. Someone throws him a coin. Phil watched by him without taking any notice.
Phil?
A big pie-faced man, Ned Ryerson, comes huffing and puffing right up to him. There's something about this guy that makes us dislike him on sight.
Phil? Phil Connors. I thought that was you.
Yeah, good to see you. Thanks for watching.
My oh my, Phil Connors. Don't say you don't remember me, because I sure as heck fire remember you. Ned Ryerson. Needle-nosed Ned? Ned the Head? Come on, buddy. Case Western High? Ned Ryerson did the whistling belly button trick in talent show. Bing! Ned Ryerson got the shingles real bad senior year, almost didn't graduate. Bing! Ned Ryerson went out with your sister Mary Pat a couple of times till you told me not to anymore. Bing!
Ned Ryerson?
Bing!
So, what are you doing with yourself, Ned?
I sell insurance.
No kidding.
Do you have life insurance, Phil? Because if you do, I bet you could use a little more. Who couldn't? I got a feeling you don't have any. Am I right or am I right? Am I right? Right?
You know, Ned, I love to talk to you, but I really have to...
That's okay. I'll walk with you. When I see an opportunity, I charge it like a bull. Ned the Bull. That's me now. Some of my friends live and die by the actuarial tables, but I think it's all just a crapshoot anywho. Ever hear of single premium life? That could be the ticket for you, buddy. God, it is so good to see you. Hey, what are you doing for dinner?
Dinner? Sorry, I'm in the middle of a 9-day fast. As I continue walking, Phil steps into what looks like a shallow puddle and ends up ankle deep in wet slush.
Hey, look out for that first step. It's a doozy.
And scene. Whoa. Man, brilliant. Brilliant job on both our parts, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
See, yes. Yeah, I enjoyed that very much there. Yeah, just a very iconic, fun scene. I'm grateful to have you do that with me right there. Yeah, I don't know. We just did a whole series of Groundhog Day, so if you definitely want to hear more detail about Groundhog Day, especially my moments in the movie, because we talked about all the time that Phil Connors tries to kill himself. That was a pretty fun episodes, I gotta say. That was fun.
You wouldn't think so based on the content, but Groundhog's Day make it fun, and so did we.
Yes, that is true. So if you definitely want to get more details and more behind the scenes facts about the movie, about the making of them, because I could tell you all these things right now, but you should really listen to It's Time to Rewind, Bubbawheat's new podcast, found everywhere that podcasts are available. This is the moment of the show where I actually have us act out a scene from this movie. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play a trailer of Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives.
Mm-hmm.
And then we are going to get into our dramatization of this.
Okay. They thought the nightmare was dead and buried. They were wrong. Jason lives. Happy Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th, Part 6. Jason Lives. Rated R.
Starts Friday, August 1st at a theater near you.
Hello. This is now the serious portion of the show. This is where Jason Soto and myself, the Vern, put on our acting chops. All right, we are very serious lesbians. No, thespians. Sorry about that.
The serious portion of the show.
The serious portion of the show where we... All right, so we're going to be doing the beginning scene of Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Jason Soto is taking over the role of Tommy Jarvis, and I'm taking over the role of his friend Hawks. And I'll be doing some of the narration as well, alright? On a very dark and stormy night, we see a pickup truck move its way swiftly across the roads. Inside the truck is two young men. One of them is holding fiercely on to the infamous Jason mask. I don't know how the hell you talked me into this shit, Jarvis. Hell, I must be crazy. If the old institution ever found out about this boy, they'd throw our bus back in a straitjacket. Permanent.
You didn't have to come, Hawks. This is between me and Jason.
Yeah, I know, but I still don't get the therapy here. Jason's dead, right? How will seeing his corpse stop your hallucinations?
Seeing it won't, but destroying him once and for all will. Jason belongs in hell. I'm gonna see he gets there.
The pickup truck plows through the storm as rains fall down harder and harder. Tommy is holding on to the mask tighter and tighter. The car reaches the gravesite, and the two young men get out. Hey, where are you going? Without a word, he steps over to the rusty fence. He grabs my spear-like post and pulls it out. What's that for, Tommy? What are you doing, boy? Tommy Jarvis jumps down to the gravesite of Jason Voorhees and stands there holding the spear. He thinks for a moment of all the friends and families he lost to this madman.
You bastard!
Tommy opens the casket and sees Jason's deformed, rotten corpse. He raises the spear above his head and plunges it into his body. Oh shit! Tommy withdraws it and then angrily rams it down again and again. Over the boy's shoulder, we see the long spear extending out of Jason's cold heart. Recovering from his tantrum, Tommy climbs out of the grave. Hawks stares open-mouthed at his friend. Boy, he must have really messed you over. Tommy reaches down and picks up Jason's hockey mask and stares at it.
Yeah. Fuck you, Jason.
Tommy, knowing the nightmare is finally over, tosses the mask into the grave. Without warning, the sky explodes with a mask of lightning. One of the bolts of electricity is drawn to the spear as a lightning rod. Sparks fly as the spear is struck and electrified. Tommy and Hawks dive for cover. Jason's decomposed eyelids flash open. Uncover their hands, they look ahead in fear. Quickly, Tommy gets to his feet and goes for the troublesome spear. The unattended lightning rod is still smoking a little from the blast. He touches it. It's hot. He pulls out a pair of gloves from his jacket. Putting them on, he then attempts to remove the spear. Let's get the hell out of here! My heart can't take any more of this! Jason's wicked eye glare at Tommy. He finally yanks the spear out and throws it up onto the grass. Slowly, he removes his glove and tosses them to Hawks. He starts to climb out. Jason sprints up from behind and grabs him. Ah! Hawks goes crazy with hysteria. He starts to run. Tommy fights for his life as Jason tries to pull him down into the grave. He manages to kick Jason back down long enough to climb out. Tommy scrambles for the gas can. As the storm clouds detonate above, he gets it open, turns around, and starts throwing it on the rising corpse of Jason. The gas splashes all over him as he keeps coming. He backs up as Jason stops him. Knowing there's enough gas now on the Predator, he drops the can. Jason comes in closer. Panicking, he searches his pocket for matches. Tommy finds them. Jason stops as the rain drenches him. Maggots start to wash off him as he stares at his helpless victim. Tommy tries desperately to light a match in the pouring rain. Struggling with a soaked matchbook, Jason starts to close in. Suddenly, Hawks reemerges from behind, holding up a shovel. He hollers as he swings it. Ah! He whacks the back of Jason's head as hard as he can. It doesn't even faze the undead super killer. Jason whips around to Hawks. He lunges forcefully at Hawks' chest. Jason's hands, clutching Hawks' heart, burst out of Hawks' back. Hawks' body falls onto Jason's grave. As Hawks lands in the coffin, the lid shuts over him. Seeing his victim escaping, Jason whips around and looks for a weapon. He goes for the furious spear. Something in the grave catches his attention. Tommy races out of the cemetery to his pickup. He jumps into the truck and takes off in the rain. With his back to us, Jason dons his beloved hockey mask and picks up the spear. We press and tighten him as he turns around to face us. And the town sequence begins. Jason lives.
Okay, so when I picked this, I swear Tommy had more lines, and I'm realizing now I think this was the first draft.
Okay.
So I apologize. This was a little weird. I just really like this opening scene where he brings Jason to life. And again, I've mentioned this before. The guy that plays Hawks is the guy who played Horshack on Welcome Back, Kotter. So you have to picture Horshack in this scene. So it's one of my favorite scenes, and this script didn't do it justice. But
well, I probably didn't do it much justice either with my own different interpretation of it either. But
it's yeah, I'm sorry. I should have picked a different scene or something. I apologize. This was a little weird.
That's okay. That is okay. You know,
I had fun with it though.
I will definitely, make this work into a short little thing there. A lot of my narration that I said, I'm probably going to remove a little bit of that, and I'll add in like sound effects and whatnot there. It'll be fun.
All right.
It'll be fun. It's Friday the 13th. I will say this though too about the series, because I have seen a lot of the ones in the series. The only ones I'm kind of missing right now is part 8.
Okay,
and,
part 8. Okay.
Which is Jason Takes Manhattan.
Jason takes his time getting to Manhattan.
I hear that.
Sorry, okay, I need to explain. So I did a podcast about Friday the 13th with my friend Rachel, and we covered every movie because she'd never seen any of them.
Yep.
And I wanted to get a fresh look, at it. So I made her. I basically forced her to watch all the Friday the 13th movies. And when we got to part 8, we called it Jason Takes His Time Getting to Manhattan. Because spoiler alert, he doesn't get to Manhattan until the last 15 minutes of the movie. So
15?
Yeah. Sorry to spoil that for you, but it's a thing. When you watch the movie, I still say watch it. It's also not my favorite.
Because most of it's on boats, right?
There's some, it's on the boat going to Manhattan.
So Jason takes a cruise.
Jason, that should have been the alternate title. Jason Takes a Cruise, yes.
Thank you once again for listening to our audio adaptations of famous movies. All the voice actors were really great, and I do hope you check out their podcast shows as well, because they're all just wonderful people and they're great hosts and just good friends of mine. Love them dearly. That is it. I'm going to those people quick shout out here. Love you all dearly, and we will be back next time. Bye-bye.
This podcast is a proud member of the Lamb Podcasting Network. Find the network at largeassmovieblogs.com.